Welcome back, everybody. Today me and my dad are going to take our boat and go to a power plant lake about an hour and 15 minutes away. I just got home from school and I couldn't go to my first class because of the ice on our driveway. It has been freezing outside. It freezing rained all day yesterday, but there was warm, normal rain today, and a bunch of the ponds are finally melting, so I should be able to pond fish again soon. But we're going to a power plant lake that has a lot of numbers, not a ton of big fish, but it should be fun, so I'll see you guys when you get there. We're at the bridge spot we caught the fish last time, and it's really moving water, and because of school we got here at 2:30, so we've only got an hour and a half to fish because they locked the gate at 4 o'clock, but we're gonna try to catch a few. So we're starting at our favorite spot because we're the only boat at the lake. I'll show the picture or the clip right now. There's not a single boat in the parking lot besides us, so we're gonna get to fishing. I'm tied on a Ned rig, a lipless, and a Lucky Craft jerkbait to start, but we're both starting with just the Ned rigs at the bridge. Hopefully get my first fish on the 2500 Stratic that I bought. That's a rock. Oh, it broke. It broke at the braid. I'm taking this stuff off. I already have a different spool of braid that I bought to replace that stuff if it was bad. So I'm just gonna change it. Because it wasn't even, the knot didn't fail. The braid is frayed. Well, they locked the gates at 4, so we got to be done so we don't get locked in here, but we didn't end up catching any fish. I'll do a more detailed outro once we get home, but no fish. It is now about 8 p.m. It is the same day of when we just got off the water, and we didn't catch any fish. We only had about an hour and a half to fish because the lake closed at 4, and I don't get out of school till 12:15 and a 30-minute drive home. And it was an hour and a half drive to the lake, so we drove twice as much as we got to fish, and we only had a little bit of time to figure them out, and we didn't. So this part of the video, I'm going to be respooling my 2500 Stratic that I was trying to catch my first fish on, since I just bought this in the video, but the braid that came with it from eBay. I don't know if I got a clip of it in the video or not, but I got snagged on a rock and was popping it to try to get it off, and I thought my leader knot broke, but it was not the leader knot. The braid itself broke. I already took a bunch of line off, so I can't find the end, but the braid itself broke. So I'm taking all of this braid off and putting this braid on. So while I'm doing that, I'm just gonna talk about, I don't know, this is gonna be the first video I upload, first fishing video I upload where I'm fishing in it, but I do not catch any fish. And now, after it rained like crazy yesterday and this morning, the ice on the ponds is starting to finally melt. It was only on a few ponds safe enough to ice fish, and none of the ones I have permission to fish on were safe. So I didn't get the ice fish at all, but the rain was warm enough, and it's not getting to freezing at nights as many days now, like as often, so it should be open water again within the next, I'm hoping, week or two, because having to drive an hour and a half to fish, and like today, only being able to be there for an hour and a half and then not catching anything is pretty rough. So now I'm down to the backing, and I will be tying this new braid that I bought to put on it. I went to the store the other day, and this was the only braid they had in 10 or 15 pound test. I wanted a more high-vis color, but they only had dark green, and I've never tried this Daiwa brand braid. I didn't even know Daiwa made line, but I'm going to cut the backing off and then tie the new line on, spool it up, and tie a leader on. Here's the pile of line that was on the reel. It is, I think this is like 4 or 6 pound test. It is, I can like almost break it with my just hands, and after it broke today while I was trying to, I don't know, I just decided I'm just going to replace it because I'm not the one who put this line on. And this is 15 pound braid that I'm going to be putting on it now. And the knot that I tie, that I found is my favorite to connect braid and fluoro on my spinning reels, is a knot called the Dodd knot. I'll put a picture up of the video, like thumbnail right now, and I'll link it down below. It's a pretty old video, but it's just the one that I've used the most and suggest. So I'll just do a quick time lapse of my hands whenever I'm tying it. And that right there, that is how small the knot is when it's done right and it's connected. So that is why I like it so much. It just flows perfectly through your guides. Might be hard to see, but now I'm going to get the reel spooled up with this line, and then I'm going to tie that knot again with 10 pound fluorocarbon for the leader. If you guys have any other, like, I guess connective knots, I know like the blood knot and the FG knot are popular, but I've tried the blood knot, didn't like it. So comment down below any like braid to fluoro knots you guys like. There's the final product with the braid on it. Now I'm going to put the leader on it. I don't like putting a ton of line on my spinning reels because then it just is a mess whenever stuff happens. The best part about the braid on spinning reels too is that you won't have to switch your line out really ever. So it's like this line will last me all a year unless something happens where my line really gets tangled. The line I'm using is 10 pound Invis X fluorocarbon, and I'm going to be tying the same knot as earlier, which is the Dodd knot, to connect my leader. It's kind of overkill to tie a Dodd knot or an FG or anything for your backing, but I do it just in case. And I'm definitely not an expert at tying the Dodd knot yet because I just messed it up. That is my first try at tying my leader on. Now I'm going to try it again. There we go, got it on the second try. Now I'm going to reel on a decent amount of this fluorocarbon. I like to do at least like a, I don't know, 6 foot, maybe 7 foot leader, just because it eliminates the process of having to tie another one on right away. if you have to retie a few times. So there we are, fully done. Got the leader tied on, got the braid tied to the backing, new braid on there. So hopefully I can get my first fish on this reel. Hopefully I can catch a fish this week or something. Hopefully the ponds clear up. So sorry this video didn't have any fish in it. At least we got out in the water, and I can't wait for spring to come. The videos should be great in the spring again. And sorry for there being no fish and most of the video being me just rigging back up my spinning reel, but thanks for watching.